I present a legislative statement on the Overseas Investment National Interest Tests and Other Matters Amendment Bill.
That legislative statement is published under the authority of the House and can be found on the Parliament website.
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable David Seymour.
I move that the Overseas Investment National Interest Test and Other Matters Amendment Bill be now read a second time. Mr Speaker, there is a view of the world that people across the seas are somehow bad or venal or out to get us, and that we should put up barriers and try to keep them out. That when they try to invest in New Zealand with their ideas and their capital, that they are out to get something and must be regarded with suspicion. There is another view, Mr Speaker, which is that when our friends around the world choose to bring their ideas and their money to our country and make voluntary agreements with people who own property here, whether they be New Zealanders or other overseas investors, that trading of value for value makes us stronger together. That when you see people from overseas who have a better way of doing things or a different way of doing things, investing in a business and bringing those ideas, we're all better off. People can be paid more. People can have more interesting jobs. We can export more interesting and valuable products overseas. There's a great movie, my youth in the 1990s summed it up. It is The Circle of Life. And that's why I'm very proud to be commending this amendment to the Overseas Investment Act, because it carries on the work that we have done to ensure New Zealand is a place that welcomes investment from across the seas. It's actually the entire history of our country to do this. The history of our country is a history of foreign investment. There was no foreign capital in New Zealand once upon a time. And then Kupe showed up with a waka horua and a few kuni pigs, and New Zealanders have been importing capital into our country ever since, and we've been all the wealthier for it. That's why so far this government has halved the time it takes to get a consent on overseas investments into this country. We're very proud of that. And that's why we're bringing this bill to the House, which will ensure there is a revised purpose statement for the Overseas Investment Act that acknowledges the benefits of investment in New Zealand. We've never done that in our legislation before. It's well past due. We will introduce a new national interest test that for most consents will mean that people will be able to get a consent within 15 working days, within 3 weeks. All this while maintaining the breadth of what the Overseas Investment Office screens and intensifying the focus on overseas investment, some of which really is a threat to our way of life, and that means a focus on national security and public order. That is, in short, what this bill does. It is a vote of confidence in New Zealand when people send their money and their ideas here. It's when they take it out that you should be worried. Just ask most South American countries what that experience is like when the politics goes wrong. I'm looking at the Green members. Mr Speaker, I would like to thank the Select Committee for its consideration of this bill, including considering 3,504 submissions, for making a series of mainly technical amendments that improve the bill. And I look forward to the later stages in committee and third reading of this bill, should it proceed that far, so that it can make New Zealand a place that stands confidently and proudly in the world, welcoming business from our friends and allies, not afraid, ashamed or repelling it, but rejoicing in stronger connections that allow all of us to trade value for value and grow stronger, wealthier and more interesting together.